Hello everyone, my name is Ash, and today I'm going to be showing you through a quick hotkey tutorial from Microsoft Word on Windows PC. At the end I'll kind of go over Mac, it's similar, but for now I'll be sticking to Windows. So before we get to Microsoft Word hotkeys, I should probably let you know what a hotkey is for basic beginners. A hotkey is the ability to do everything that this can with a simple keyboard. Just to let you know though, computers back in the day honestly didn't have a mouse. So everything was run through a command prompt, which looks similar to this. So you write in commands and there you go. Okay. So to hop in, before we get to Microsoft Word, there's one hotkey that everyone should know, and that is Alt-Tab. Saves a lot of time, resources, makes things way more efficient. And the way you do it is you hold Alt and then you push Tab. And you let go of the Alt button once you find the right document that you're trying to open. Again, shortcuts like this may seem redundant, but they make things way more efficient and allow you to focus on the project at hand rather than going through all of the clicking and finding and things like that. So to hop right in, create a new document. You go ahead and push Control N, and there you go. Simple as that. Now, closing a document. People might have heard of Alt F4, but the difference between Alt F4 and Control W is Control W closes the window. It doesn't close the entire program. So Control W, there you go. Opening a document, Control O. Okay, and then that would lead you to where searching for what document you wanted to open. Next, Control S. This is a lifesaver. I don't know how many times we've been working on a project and last minute something goes wrong, the computer shuts down, you lose everything. Control S allows you to save. First time you do save a document, it'll treat it as a save as, and it'll ask you for a file name similar to this. And you can go ahead and save that. And I highly recommend to constantly save it. It's literally like 1 second of your time that could be the difference between a failed project and a completed project. The next one we have is Control P. Control P prints. So that goes ahead and opens the print page. We talked about closing document, Control W. Just to show you one more time, Control N opens the document, Control W closes. Okay, so now let's get into some of the editing of the text. So selecting all, that's Control A, and double space. So say for example, you're unhappy with whether it's an MLA format that you have to do for school, Control 2. There you go, and that goes ahead and double spaces everything. And the way you go back from double space to single space is Control 1. So think of 1 for 1 space between a line, and 2 spaces between a line. There you go. Now we want to copy a text. Simple is Control C. And just to reiterate, a lot of these hotkeys, a few of them are a little bit out, but most of them, the first letter of the word that you're trying to do is the letter you push with Control. So B, bold, Control B. I for italics, copy C. But we'll get to those. But just to let you see, Control C copies, and then enter new line, Control V, paste. Simple as that. It's really easy, guys, and it will make things so much more efficient. Cutting is Control X. Difference between cut and copy is when you cut a word or cut a line or cut whatever you're highlighting, it removes it completely, and then when you paste it, it puts it back. And it'll still have it in memory, so you can print it as many times as you like. So go ahead and delete that. Now copy shift formatting. Before we get into that, let me show you the bold, underline, and italics. So we'll skip to that real quick. So we want to make this is the title, and obviously it doesn't look much like a title because most titles are centered. With a center, it's Control E, and then bold is Control B, Control U is underline, and Control I is italics. Again, think of the first letter of the word, italics I, bold B. Now underline is center is Control E, And the reason it's Control E, not Control C, is because Control C is copy. So it uses the second letter instead of the first letter of the word. Center, C-E-N-T-E-R. Yep. So now we're going to get into copy formatting. So this is a pretty handy trick. So say, for example, you have two titles, title number 2, and you want title number 2 to have the same formatting of the original title. So instead of Control C, you just add the Shift button to it. So Control Shift C, and then right here, Control Shift V. There you go. Simple as that. And I do say simple a lot because this is it might take a little bit of time to get used to it, but once you get it down, it makes the flow so much more efficient. And if you're at work, it can make things go a lot smoother for you. So we got Control Copy Text, copy formatting, paste formatting. Another thing is, say for example, you wanted to copy the first sentence, however your line, your highlights, you actually unclicked one word less than what you need to copy. So you just want to hold Shift, and then you take the cursor and move it the direction you want to highlight. Left, right. There you go. And as we talked earlier, Control B is for bold, as you can see. Control I is for italics. And another useful one, most people when they want to go through change the font size, they go here, they click the font, and they change the right size, and they realize, oh, that isn't the right size, I want it smaller. So instead of going through all that, you can push Control, and then you can use the left bracket or the right bracket. And those keys are right next to the P underneath backspace. So that's Control left bracket, and that's right bracket, and increases it by 1. We talked about center. Left. Again, left starts with an L, so Control L makes it left. And Control R makes it right. And back to center, Control E. Okay. So now, for example, I accidentally typed in a mistake. And I want to undo that. So the way I undo that is, one, you could click here, or you could simply just push Control Z. And then Control Y goes ahead and redoes that. Okay, there you go. And another option that you can use for redoing an action is F4. F4 just allows you to redo the action or operation that you just created. So we're going to write here, and then you push F4, and then it just doubles it. Again, I've never really used this, but I figured it is a hotkey, so I figured I would share it. Can split the document. This can come really, really useful when you're writing a report and you've got like a 20-page essay, and for some reason you remember something on page 1 and you want to expand on that. So let's go ahead and go a bunch of lines in. And by the way, Control Enter is another hotkey while we're working on this. Allows you to page break. Instead of having to go enter until you want to go to the next page, you should push Control Enter. All right, so we got here, we want to do the split window, and that's Control Alt S. Now it's the same document, so if I erase on the top part right here, it erases on the bottom. So just to show you real quick. Okay, so this right here, Y, see that erased it? It's the same document, just 2 different screens. And like I said earlier, this could come in handy if you're writing a paper and say, for example, first page you talked about being a software engineer, and on page 39, we'll go here, you want to expand on writing in software engineering. And that allows you to look at 2 parts of the document at the same time. Let's see. So if we want to remove that, it's as simple as how we added it. You just push Control Alt S. Another thing is this is a really helpful hotkey. And by the way, these hotkeys can be used in several different programs, regardless of what program you're using. Most of them they work in the same way. Whether you're using Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari, Side note, with Safari, since it is more Mac-based, you just replace Control with Command. But perhaps I'll make another video discussing hotkeys with a Mac. But now we want to look for software engineer, and we are on page 18. So just push Control F, and then I can type in software engineer, and then it pulls it up right there. That's the first one, and that's the first one. That's the second one. Side note, if you are looking to replace a text, say for example you want to capitalize software engineer, after you push Control F, you push this arrow down here, you click replace, and you can replace that with capital software engineer. You can replace all or replace. I'm going to replace all in this case. Let me know two replacements were made, and now you can see that software engineer, close that out, is capitalized. And we're going to undo that, like we said earlier, Control Z. So that went ahead and wrapped up most of the hotkeys. One last but not least, I do want to talk about spell check. One of the most important things, if you're writing an essay for class, this is something that you do want to do. Could be a difference between the A or B or B or C. So you want to go ahead and push F7, and there it shows you different grammar errors, spelling errors. Spelling, as you can see, is check here. It's got 2 grammar errors, and it even gives you a score. I know this is pretty relevant on the newer Microsoft Offices. Not sure on the old ones, but I know the new ones will definitely give you a score. Just for those of you who are using Mac, the spell checker is Command Option L. A lot of these hotkeys that are used in Microsoft Word for Mac, you just pretty much replace Control with Command. Command N works, Command O works, Command S works. For the most part, most of them are pretty relevant, and Command pretty much handles most of them. Switching programs, Command Tab. But again, I don't want to get too in-depth into the Mac. This has been a tutorial for hotkeys on Microsoft Word. And last but not least, I did create a GitHub account with this document right here is going to be posted on my GitHub. The link will be in the description below. So again, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did benefit from this in any way, please shoot me a like. Feel free to subscribe, comment, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Thank you.